All right, we're live. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Some Good News. I'm John Krasinski, and wait a minute, sorry, wrong show, wrong YouTube live stream. John Bobrow here, creator of Blinks, and thanks for joining for another one of our fun Blinks lunchtime live streams. Feel free to put your comments down below. Today I'm doing it solo instead of with my partner Jamie, and so she'll be back with us next week and we'll play some new games. Today we're going to play two games from our expansion set, the Blinks expansion set, and I should just hold those up. Hey Lee, no sound! Oh, okay, hold up. Oh man, no sound. Let's see. Hold on. Checking on sound now. Huh. I do see sound here in my mixer. Oh, cool. Lee, thanks for double checking though. I was like, I think I'm off to an okay start. Yeah, the two games we're gonna play today are from our expansion set. So if you've got Blinks and you've got the core set with the 6 games, these expansion set games are available on our website at move38.com. Hey Adam, thanks for joining. Rad, we've even got a viewer from Taipei. Cool. So let's see. The games we're going to break out today are ZenFlow, which I'll get to in a bit, but it wasn't designed as a game. And people from our Kickstarter who received ZenFlow started to create games out of it, and I'll share some of those. And then the next game... Oh, I have one more. Oh. The game I'm going to start with is one of my favorite party games, and I'm going to play it solo since I don't have Jamie to join me today. And it'll be an experiment, but I think it's kind of a fun way to see how you can even play a lot of these games that weren't designed to play alone. You can play on your own, and it's kind of like playing tennis against a wall or shooting hoops and just working on your free throws. So, yeah. Before I totally jump into games, I just want to announce that a week from tomorrow, we're going to be launching the next Kickstarter campaign on April 29th for the next 6 games for Blinks. And we'll be sharing those during the Kickstarter campaign. And yeah, so if you haven't subscribed to find out, subscribe down below. And yeah, it's a blast to see the regulars. And throw any questions in the comments. I'm watching them and typing back too. All right, so let's break out some games. Cool, so we're in game mode. So the game we're gonna start with is FlicFlop. And it's a little redundant to have my faux wood on my real wood table. But so while I load up FlicFlop, I'll explain a little bit about it. I've even seen some questions come in on how to play FlicFlop recently, and I think the best way to describe it is it's like a futuristic shuffleboard, and we've got some really great footage we'll be sharing on our Instagram that's of just people that we met in bars, and FlicFlop's one of those games that like anybody can just kind of hop in, and I like to break it out, especially with my friends' little kids. If you've got wooden floors in your home, it's just as cool as like growing up. I'd like slide in my socks on like the wooden floors. FlicFlop is that, except in game format. So let's see. I'm gonna break out a lot of Blinks because I can, and you should too. Let's see. So FlicFlop. All right, here we go. As usual, to load up your game, you got to find the one you know. And here we go. I'm going to hold it down until it goes all crazy blue. And then it's going to look for its neighbors and teach them all how to play FlicFlop. So in FlicFlop, normally you'd have your 3 teams. You've got 3 colors, cyan, yellow, and magenta, or red, yellow, and blue. So you'd pick a color to start playing. In this case, I'm going to play where I only have, I choose a color, and anything else against me is going to be negative points. So if I score for another color, I'm actually going to subtract it from my score. The goal of the game is to attach your puck at the appropriate time. And so, let's see. So we've got flickers, and these are also, they're still flickers. You can tell them because it's they look like this when they're ready to be flicked. A long press turns it into a flopper, in which case the flopper changes from red, yellow, blue, and it does that every 2 seconds. So I'm going to create a couple more floppers just to make my starting target nice and easy. And when you join floppers together, they synchronize. They go, okay, we're all going to show the same color at the same time. If you separate them out, they'll go in this order, but you'll notice they'll get out of sync. So having them next to each other, they talk to each other and they say, all right, everybody, 1, 2, 3, change. So in FlicFlop, I'm going to set up the goal over here. And I've got a lot of flickers here. We normally break up these flickers so that each person has an even amount. And my goal is to attach, so I think for color, I'm going to choose magenta, the pink color. It's my favorite. Yeah, and you can also see it real clearly. So when the magenta one comes up, I want to slide my puck. And if I attach, awesome, I score a point. And you'll notice that the one that has attached has a single pip showing that it scored on magenta. If I score on the wrong color, you're going to see it score for that color. And so I get kind of a loose tally of the points I'm scoring. Let's see how I can do here. My goal is to score, I believe we play to 11 points. I feel like playing solo, I might as well play to 21. We'll see how that goes. So, all right, I'm on a roll. That's 2 in a row. Okay, so in FlicFlop, if you slide and you don't get all the way to the floppers, you don't take it back. You don't get to make another slide. You have to wait your turn normally. In solo play, my turn comes up next. But if I'm playing competitively, this piece is up for grabs. Somebody can knock it into the group and score 2 points on their turn. That's where I think the game gets the most exciting, is because you may only have a couple points on the board, and there could be a lot of loose flickers in the field, and then you could attach 5 at once and have this amazing comeback with a chain reaction. It's like, yeah, those are the moments where like somebody's like, this game sucks, and then they like slide it, and they're like, oh, this is the best game ever. So, all right, let's see. I've got 2 points for magenta, so I'm doing pretty good so far. No. Nope. I'll wait till magenta comes up. And I feel like the anticipation. Okay, I knocked one in there from. I'm doing pretty good. Got 3 points for me. Let's see. Okay, 4. I wonder if I can hit 11. There we go. And every time you score, the flopper does like a little celebration spin. Let's see. Oh. And I'm playing pretty close to the board. I would have to say for somebody at my, well, I don't know. I'm not exactly having a great showing. I've probably got more misses than I do hits. But I was going to say, as you get better and better, you can really, this is going to be so satisfying if I can attach that at the right time. As you get better and better, you can shoot from further away. So let's see. If If I can just, so I'm on my last flicker. If I can get that big cluster in and score it on my time, this is going to be awesome. So I got 6 scored. Let's see. Oh, killer. Okay, so in this case, these ones didn't get scored, so I pull them aside. Same as these ones. They don't score for anything. No points for me on these. These ones, you can see they continue to rotate with the flopper, but to make it nice and easy for when you're scorekeeping, what you do is you pick them off one by one, and they show which team they scored for. And I was shooting for magenta, and not a huge shock. I'm pretty good at this game. That I scored all magentas, and it's nice and easy to count my score now. I scored 7. So I was looking to reach 11, and then you just play another round, keeping that score. So I didn't have any minus points. I was actually kind of assuming I'd at least miss-hit 1. A quick double-click sends them all back to flickers, and then I can start over again. There's no limitation on how to arrange the flopper, so you can put as many floppers together and make a big target. You can play real tough with just 1 out early on. I like this formation. I think that's pretty cool. I think the line is a little easier to start with. Let's see. Is anybody watching? Has anybody played FlicFlop yet? I know, Lee, your blinks are in the mail. Let's see. Here we go. I'm going to see if I can score my 21. Nope. Oh. Sometimes the magnets, you get kind of the repulsion, which I think is cool. Let's see. Awesome. Josh has joined. Hey, Josh. Yeah, awesome. Your expansion set's in the mail. The past 2 days, I've been sending out tracking numbers. So hopefully everybody's able to follow the progress of their blinks. Let's see. One of the coolest things has been just hearing back from everybody getting their blinks. Lee says he feels like it's harder for me to play sidewards on. Yeah. Maybe I could also like. What if I look at everybody and then like, because I feel like making it hard that's kind of the fun part of it. But you're totally right. I think playing usually like I'll get behind the table real low. I'll do a slide, and yeah. So let's see. I got the tracking yesterday. Awesome, cool. We can all give like a shout out. Jamie's on her lunch break right now. She's back at the dental office and doing her real day job. So it's yeah. Next week we'll rope her into playing some more games too. All right, let's see. Here we go. Oh, nice. Score for 4. And I think I had 7 on our last game, so that meets my 11. Let's see if I can get all of these attached. Oh no, that's going to be tough to join in the corner. Oh, I think building a bridge like that, this is kind of cool. So like, I didn't get this one attached, but I think I made it a little bit easier for that one to get attached. Adam, you want to challenge me right now? Ah, cool. All right. Well, let me know how I can help, Adam, and I'll make sure you can help. And I accept challenges on here. I think one of the things I'm looking to figure out is how to bring somebody else's camera feed into a live stream on here as well. So that's something maybe I can get some messages about after. Oh, all right, here we go. 1, 2. Oof. Here we go. Let's see. My last 3. If you miss the turn in FlicFlop, it's always tough to wait for. There it is. Oh. Okay, here we go. I'm feeling it. Oh, so close. So close. Okay. If you don't touch a blink for 10 minutes, they go to sleep like that. You just wake them up with a tap. Okay. Is this my last? This is my last one. Whew. Here we go. There it is. Awesome. Okay, that was probably the coolest finish I could have had. I think all but one on that one attached. Feeling very proud of myself. And so, we can pick them off to count them. One thing sometimes I get asked is, how do you know which ones are the flickers and which ones are the floppers? I'll hold them up to the camera real quickly so you can see. The flopper has a different animation than the flickers. The flickers, when they're alone and scored, look like this. The flickers don't change color every 2 seconds. The flopper always changes color. So even when it's the flopper, when it's alone, it changes color every 2 seconds. Oh, that magenta looks so sweet on screen. Yeah. Let's see. What's the size of the mat you should use and sell? I have gaming mats from other things. I'm wondering if the size is the same. Yeah, great question. So the game mat I'm using is printed by Inked Gaming, and they were neighbors of ours at PAX Unplugged. And at the time, we made a trade. We asked if we could give them some blinks and get some custom-made mats. And so we put together artwork for them, and they just came out so good that we have listed them for sale. The size of these, I believe this is 14 inches by 28 inches. And it's a pretty standard size for card gaming mats. We made some in different sizes for different games. However, the ones that we link to on our site, they're all 14 by 28. The sliding on them, I would say, is a little bit less slick than I prefer for FlicFlop. I actually like the wooden table better. But it just adds a different, it's a little bit more controlled and consistent, which I really like. And like when you're on a, so I like playing this on it, and it also keeps the blinks like brand new clean. So I've been using these blinks for, at this point, over a year. These ones, the ones I'm using on a mat, they're just in perfect condition. The ones I don't use on a mat still look good, but the bottoms get scratches. Let's see. Okay, so I should count my score and then we'll switch games. So 5, 4. Let's see. Where's my other scored? Oh, I must have scored one for blue. Not bad though. So that's a -1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5, 5. 13 plus 7, 20, -1. Oh, 19. I could have hit my 21. All right. So that's FlicFlop. I'm gonna load up ZenFlow, and yeah, if you have any questions about FlicFlop, go ahead and put them in. I can share some tips and tricks on strategy. Trying to think of alternative ways to play. Oh, this is actually kind of cool. Somebody asked, how do you choose the team color that you are when you are playing ZenFlow? And initially, when we started playing, we say, you know what? Choose your color. Start with the youngest player gets to choose first. I think a fun way to play now is, instead of choosing which team... Oh, and I can switch to... I'll leave it in this view. I think a really fun way to play now is you don't pick colors ahead of time. It's the color you land on, that's your color. And so you don't get to choose your color. You're kind of encouraged to land your piece. And it kind of favors the fact that it's difficult to attach your very first blink. So like by attaching it, you don't have to worry as much about timing. So you don't get penalized. I feel like that's always tough when like the first person to attach is like, yes, I attached. Oh, it's the wrong color. So I think that's a pretty fun way to play. All right, so we're not playing FlicFlop anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of our FlicFlop mat. And we're gonna play ZenFlow. And so ZenFlow was designed as just a chill experience. And like we could all, the color chooses you. Oh, that should be, that's FlicFlop's new motto. FlicFlop, the color chooses you. In ZenFlow, get your Zen. Get Zen? Zen out? We'll work on that one too. Lee says, I'm tempted to get a custom micro shuffleboard laser cut out of ply design like the actual shuffleboard. Oh, cool. That'd be really sweet. Making like a custom waxed wooden board for... Lee, you're going to be the coolest... Okay, you're already the coolest, but you're going to be like the coolest gamer in your space. I love how people have like these amazing game spaces. Blinks I kind of break out anywhere, but it's neat to play in like a dungeon for games. So ZenFlow, let's see. So when we designed it to just kind of chill out. And like when you tap a piece, it just spreads its color. And you know, this was just meant to demonstrate, okay, they respond to their clicks. If you double click a single piece, it creates a random color. It sends this sparkly wave, and you get random colors. Single clicking any one of these will send a wave of its color. This is really, really satisfying at night. It's really nice to relax to and just chill to. Brother, when the first time he saw ZenFlow, we were talking late at night, and it was like, unfortunately, really late, but it was like, probably took us from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. and he was just had ZenFlow in his hand, and he was just kind of like, yeah, this just right here, this interaction really, it's just really easy to relax to. So that's what ZenFlow was made for. There's one other element of ZenFlow, which is if you long press a ZenFlow piece, it reports the colors that it's surrounded by. So if we attach an orange to it, it's going to show orange. If I put another orange, but if I put a different color, so let's say I put a green on there, it's going to report green. And then I can put another color on there. And this also becomes really satisfying because you can put that reporter in the mix and then like do a random wave, and it's going to show what colors are around it. I always kind of like, I'll show that one up close, like seeing the reporter kind of update with the others. And so those are the two modes. I'm going to pull that one out of reporter mode because we're not going to use it for our game. So the game we're going to play is it's actually a skill-based game. It's pretty cool. It's let's see. So the goal of the game, if you notice in ZenFlow, there's this flow, and there's a certain speed to the way it flows. It kind of has this cadence, or, you know. If you create a loop, that's going to be real tough. We're going to start out real big. So I'm going to start out here. And so if I start on this side, it's going to loop around. If I put this back in, ooh, that was real close. It's going to create a loop. And so now I've got this self-perpetuating machine. I'm I think it looks pretty cool. It's also really satisfying. This will go until the end of time. It'll go for 10 minutes and then it'll go to sleep and then you can just wake them up. This keeps traveling. That was a pretty easy loop. But then you can also create things like this that branch off of it. And so you've generated something that this is kind of akin to a game of life walker or strider. I think that, which also I should give a shout out to the late and great John Conway, who invented the game of life. If you're not familiar with John Conway, famous mathematician and brilliant, curious mind, he passed away late this past week, and one of a number of people. I believe that he was ill already, but I believe that what's going on right now, unfortunately, we're losing a lot of great people. So just want to take a moment to remember he was a huge inspiration for what blinks are and what they've become. So let's see. So as I was saying about ZenFlow, with ZenFlow, so we've kind of created something that can generate stuff. So let's see if we can shorten. Let's make a smaller loop and have that generating. So let's see how short of a loop I can get going in here. And there's a hold off for these blinks, so it actually, this is not easy. There's a little bit of a timeout from when you start them. So, okay, let's see. Okay, so I got a small loop going. And then if I build off of that, cool. Okay, so now we've got this loop that's just going to keep generating these pulses, and then let's see what happens. I don't actually know what's going to happen if I close this loop off. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, it just kind of splits around it, and then they end here. Let's see. I wonder if Ishmael's in the comments watching. I feel like he'd have some tips and tricks. Oh no, I killed it. Oh, I killed it because I looped back in here, and it canceled that out. That makes sense. Okay, so I need to see like the most intricate version of this. Oh, this is gonna be cool. Okay, yeah, we should do this. So let's go to, what color looks really great? Any recommendations for a color I should run this ZenFlow on? Let's see. Oh, Adam's the coolest big bro, by the way. Also, a good time to probably give him a rad shout out. Adam's got the most amazing YouTube channel. I enjoy watching every video posted weekly. He goes around the world playing table tennis with the world's best players and the world's newest players, having a blast and like challenging them with the goofiest style play, coolest shots, and just yeah. So definitely check out his YouTube channel, Adam Bobrow, and adambobrow.com will take you there. Let's see. Yeah, thanks, Lee. I feel pretty good about our channel. We're growing it, and definitely recommend for people to subscribe. We're just gonna keep at it. Let's see what happens here. If I launch here, Adam requested magenta. I agree, magenta's pretty rad. Okay, so let's see if I can. Oh, but if I want to launch magenta, that means I have to be set up in the color before magenta, which I believe is blue. Okay. Oh, and to get that loop spinning. Okay. I think we got this. Here we go. Okay. So magenta. Okay, so we got a loop. What happens if I... Okay. I can pull that one out safely. Let's see. All right. So try that at home when you get blinks. I feel like it's pretty tricky to actually get the timing right, especially with 12 blinks. I'm kind of cheating because I've got 18 here. With 6, it's real tough. And since ZenFlow comes in the expansion set, you're definitely going to have 12 on hand to be able to play with. Let's see. Oh, and I can experiment with one side and still keep this going. Let's see. Nope, totally lost it. It's like a face mask or something like that, or a butterfly. Spaceship? Yeah, it's a cool spaceship. Rad. Let's see. It's 1:31. I feel like that's pretty good timing. This has been a ton of fun. I've loved seeing the comments. Thanks for joining for, yeah, I think arguably one of our most soothing games, ZenFlow. We'll preview some of the more new games. Join us on Thursday. I'm going to be doing a special episode where I walk through the developer kits and talk about making your own games, which has been one of the best things for me, just to kind of like at the end of the night, I'm like, you know what? I just feel like sketching out some ideas on games. And I feel like, let's see, there we go. And so next week, I'm going to be doing that with the developer kits. I should also mention, if you did order a developer kit and it's on its way in the mail, we snuck in an extra blink in there for you. So if you ordered the 6 blink developer kit, you actually got 7. And we wanted to do that. We changed the packaging a little bit just to make things a lot simpler for our fulfillment during COVID. And, we've been real lucky to have amazing partners that are working real hard to get all those developer kits out the door. So if you're waiting on a developer kit, definitely check out our live streams, join us, and let us know what you're making. And remember, 4/29, April 29th, next Wednesday, we're launching the Kickstarter. And if you don't have blinks yet, get them now at getblinks.com, move38.com, and hashtag Blinks Recess. Share what you're playing with Blinks. So if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe down below. This has been a blast for lunch. Hope everybody's staying safe. Keep your distance. And see you on Thursday. Thanks, everybody. Peace.